The following review is intended for entertainment purposes and targeted for adult fans of the series.
So basically this is the Omega Rangers version of the Power Blaster, but it's a little weird. Just... Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another comically long review. July has been the Drakkon coinless month for the Boom Power Rangers comics. Ranger Slayer number 1 showed us what happened when Sally Slayer returned to her own dimension, and the two mainline comics this month have gone the other way, with Drakkon coming to the main comic dimension. Drakkon arrived in issue number 51, instantly captured by the Rangers and taunting them from inside a jail cell, but constantly warning of a looming threat even greater than him. Oh, and Lord Zed turned his flunkies into the new Dark Rangers, but whatever, right? What could possibly happen next? Let's find out by taking a look at Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 52, Enemy of My Enemy. I haven't mentioned this to this point, but issues 51 through 55 have separate titles for each individual issue to kind of distinguish that this is between story arcs. Please make sure you're subscribed to my channel to see all of my videos, ring the bell, get those notifications set up so you're notified of whenever I post brand new videos, and if you'd like to lend any financial support to my channel, consider checking me out on Patreon or Ko-fi at Orange Ranger Videos. The main cover is very evocative. Drakkon held captive by the helmetless Rangers, and Alpha, all looking sad or upset, Kimberly especially crying and looking very angry. This cover is emotional and meaningful. There's only one tiny problem.
Total fabrication. It never happened.
This cover does not represent a moment inside of this issue. Drakkon is in his cell for the whole thing. Kimberly does have an emotional moment like this, but not in this context whatsoever. Helmet cover shows us Drakkon at a time when he was a lord and had powers. Black Dragon reflected in the visor. The trading card cover is Rita Repulsa in a very cartoony type of look. Again, spoilers, Rita Repulsa is not in this issue at all. Oh, hi Zach! In case you, like me, thought we might have seen the last of our Omega friends until the Power Rangers series begins, nope! We start off on Safe Haven, as Zach says a battle has gone on long enough. And he's talking about a sports game he's playing against children. He pulls off a complicated series of scoring moves and says he wins! But they say he forgot to dribble before his final shot, a 2-point penalty that seals their win. Zach says they're making the rules up, and they are. Archon walks up with Trini, explaining that in this game, Toronto Ball, the home team does make up the rules. Their new ship is ready to go, and a family picks up one of the kids to leave. Looking at her, I'm pretty sure this is the girl that ratted the Rangers out to Kaya, so I guess they really did mean that all misdeeds are forgiven thing. They board their brand new ship, which I'll just call the Spectrum 2, I guess, and take off through a portal? That doesn't look like just leaving the world for space. Zach is on the bridge, annoying G. He thinks the ship seems a lot like the old one, missing creature comforts like a game room, or at the very least, some more firepower. G, I think smirking here, says they haven't detected any spikes for a long time, but if they run into trouble, she does call it the Spectrum 2, has more than a few secrets in reserve. Calling it now? It can transform into a Zord. Trini visits Jason working out, and I want to take this chance to comment on the art change since I got a few comments about it last time. The artist is now Moises Hidalgo, apologies for any mispronunciations, and there's a noticeable change in the art style. Some of it is small little character choices, such as Trini having shorter hair that bobs up at the back, but the main thing I noticed is far thicker black lining. It makes everything pop out a bit more. eye-catching, but slightly less realistic.
Get on with it!
Sure, MPG. Jason has picked this spot on the ship to work out because the gravity is slightly stronger here, increasing the resistance. He says that she should try it before they get back to Earth.
Excuse me, the f did you just say?
Yeah, Jason is saying that the Omega Rangers are going home. The way he sees it, their mission is over. The Empowered are gone, the grid is repaired. I'm not really sure if that's true. This is the first I've heard of that, but okay. And anyone staying on Safe Haven isn't a threat anymore. Trini reminds him of the vault where the Violet Empowered were captured, but he says G can keep an eye on them and they cannot escape. Honestly, unless I'm forgetting, this is the Boom Comics' first portrayal of Mrs. Appleby. Chance for a quick sidebar, by the way. When conventions were still a thing, you could meet Royce Herron, who played the Rangers teacher, and she would give you an autographed detention slip. I just found that such a cool bit of memorabilia. Anyway, before MPG pipes up again, we're gonna skim this page. Group science project. She paired the students up differently than they usually pair themselves. Aisha is with Bulk, while Adam is paired with a familiar face. Violet Arias, the girl that had a crush on Zach. Adam and Violet talk as they leave class, and Violet tells Adam that she thinks the Power Rangers are dangerous. Basically, it's because they face no accountability. Violet would have supported the Sokovia Accords, for example. Nobody knows who the Rangers are, if they're qualified, their training. To continue the Marvel connection, she paraphrases Spider-Man's Uncle Ben. Being given great power means that they have great responsibility. And that means accountability. She suddenly gets shy, realizing she's been ranting, and hopes that Adam doesn't hate her. He does find her a bit militant, but now has something to think about. So, talking to Saba isn't just an act for Drakkon, as he does it even when no one else is around. Kimberly approaches the cell, morphed if helmetless, holding her power bow and an arrow. Let's not mince words here, folks. Kim has come to assassinate Drakkon. I love this bit. You don't think I can do it? Oh, I know from experience. Drakkon is bored, so he decides to see if he can goad her into actually doing it. He says that Ranger Slayer told him many secrets about her life while under his control. How she really feels about her parents, how she secretly flirts with her friends just to make sure they really like her, how she secretly enjoys lying even for no reason. He knows her fears, her shame, and exactly how to hurt her and her friends, which he's already done before. Kim starts burning in pink fire and knocks an arrow to end him. He really eggs her on, even screaming for her to do it. But the goodness inside her wins out and she drops her arms. She assures him that someone will kill him, but it's not going to be her. Right now, she's really too busy trying to find just where exactly her eyes went. G tells everyone on the ship that they've arrived at Gorvinos 3. Trini chats with the family being dropped off, and they say they're going to miss the Rangers, but they are happy to be home. They call their daughter to the window, wanting her to see the capital city from the clouds. It is not a pleasant sight. The city has been utterly destroyed. Nobody can believe it, the Rangers even asking G to confirm that they've come to the right planet. It confirms that they have and says its scans show that sometime within the last 3 days, the planet experienced a cataclysmic meltdown. It was not a natural event. Instead, a massive energy discharge that attacked the planet at the cellular level. The alien man asks about the people. Their species is not spacefaring. So where is everyone? Jason says they're going down to find out. Zach starts coughing, saying he's happy that their helmets have filters. So then why is he coughing? It turns out the Omega Ranger's suits automatically scan their surroundings and send info to G, but it's processing the information. Zack asks if this could have been Serpentera, but the energy signatures don't match. Trini points out that the planet seems to be melting.
I'm melting! Melting!
G detects a bunch of somethings moving towards their location. And no, Jason, they don't seem to be friendly. The Rangers get to work beating up the dust dogs. G's scans show that the creatures are just made of simple bacteria and lifeless matter. They shouldn't even be able to move. Getting confirmation that these are not sentient creatures, Zack feels like he can let loose, transforming into the purple Omega Ranger. And blasting one to pieces. G, however, picks up regenerative abilities, which Zack observes when the thing reforms and punches him. Trini powers up her hammer and bashes one, but another one grabs her hammer and even more are on the way. Jason splodifies one, liking this sword far more than his old sword or really anything else in his life ever. Trini takes back her hammer, but they seem outnumbered. Jason has just the thing for it, the Omega Strike. So this is basically the Omega Ranger's version of the Power Blaster, but it's a little weird. Zack and Jason punch their hands together, and then Trini hits the hands with her powered-up hammer. The attack works, vaporizing the creatures. Take that, Power Blaster. The Rangers are basically lost, asking G how close they are to whatever they're looking for, but G can't answer, as the planet seems to be shifting around them. However, it's detecting something disturbing coming right towards them. As they run, they can feel the shifting, and rock spires even burst from the ground towards them. Trini says they should call their Zords, but they're spotted first by a creature with 4 arms, levitating rocks, and saying the Omega Rangers have finally reached their end. This has been another Boom Comics transitionary issue. Boom just has these comics every so often in their storylines, and they're not bad, they just don't hit quite as hard as primary story issues. This issue had the job of bringing back the Omega Rangers and showing us what they're doing now, and it did a good job of that. They were definitely the focus of the story, as all the Mighty Morphin Rangers get is a really, really strong, do not get me wrong there, sequence with Kimberly and Drakkon. This issue just feels quieter, calmer. We have to build things up to something new and exciting, and this mysterious cousin of Goro is definitely doing that. Again, this was a strong issue, just not quite as exciting as others that we've had recently. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 52, Enemy of My Enemy, gets a 3.75 out of 5. Next time on A Comically Long Review, we flip the comics calendar to August, and a brand new miniseries begins. Did you really think they were just going to leave Sally Slayer sitting on that throne and not show us her exploits as the new queen of the coinless dimension? We'll see how Sally Slayer's rule begins when I take a look at Drakkon New Dawn issue number 1. And that is going to do it for another Comically Long Review. Thank you, heroes, so much as always for watching. Now that the video's done, you can let me know what you thought of this issue, as well as my review of it, down in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure you smack that thumbs up button to let me know that you enjoyed this video. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you. I'm pretty sure this is the girl that ratted the Rangers out to Kaya, so I guess that meant that all the It turns out the Rangers' suits automatically scan their surroundings and send that info to Xi, but it's having